Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here with more news about Pokemon Legends ZA that's buried in the middle of the webpage. So there's no menu, there's no navigation. You just have to infinity scroll until you hit the new news and new screenshots and details. So I guess we're just going to break that down. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and please comment your thoughts down below. I need to know the vibe check of Pokemon Legends after all this. So we have the ZA Royale, a nightly competition that begins at sundown. When night falls in Lumiose, a battle zone, an area fenced off with red, cutting-edge holographic technology, appears somewhere within the city. Every night, from dusk till dawn, trainers compete in fierce Pokemon battles within these zones as a part of the ZA Royale. That's interesting. A battle zone appears somewhere within the city. That's actually, like, dynamic beyond anything I would expect from Game Freak for at least the Nintendo Switch. Like, I don't think Game Freak is bad and can't be trusted with Pokemon, can't make good things. It's just like, nah, the Nintendo Switch sucks and was underpowered when it released in 2017. So here we can actually see good experimentation from Game Freak actually trying to do something interesting with Pokemon Legends as a foundation, where it's like, oh, a procedurally generated area, and then there's going to be trainers inside of it. Now, from the trailer, it looks like there's just a couple of trainers in the area, but if it's also dynamic, we're like, oh, trainers spawn. It's from, like, a table of possible trainers, and it's kind of like how we get random Pokemon trainers for the battle tree and stuff. If that happens, that can actually be, like, really cool, that every night's going to be a little different. Hopefully it's actually RNG based, and then you get a different kind of challenge. You use that to rank up. Maybe they just keep spawning throughout the area. So there's a little bit of a time check as well. If you want to progress faster, you gotta take out as many trainers as possible in the limited amount of time, because it only happens at night, and that's going to be like resource management and stuff. That's actually a pretty cool concept. Well, let's read more to make sure we got this dialed in. The ZA Royale is a competition where Pokemon trainers whose skills have been recognized are invited to battle to determine who is the strongest. Yeah, that kind of goes back to the trailer, because I went back to the trailer, I'm like, yeah, we have this part, like, okay. That's... The little details are also kind of interesting, because we have the end of the trailer that just came out in the Nintendo Direct, was like the purple swirlies. Also, I need to move that really quick so we can see this and break it down. And then here, it actually told us quite a bit. So, it's bright outside, like Lumiose, the city that never sleeps. How do people sleep in Lumiose without blackout curtains? Because you got the tower there lighting up the entire city all night. And then, why did it turn red? Oh, that's actually just the gates activating, and now you're just going to hear trainers battling. God, Lumiose seems like the worst place to live ever. That's also why I don't... Like, it's a cool concept from, like, if I'm not giving Game Freak too much credit, and this is the system they made, that actually sounds kind of neat. But from a lore standpoint, since Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Legends series does not care about Pokemon lore at all, this is like the worst thing ever for the Pokemon world. That's why I went back to this part of the trailer, because when do we sleep as trainers? Like, oh man, what an exhausting long day. I'm gonna take a nap. And then my Rotom phone jump scares me and tells me, like, oh, promotion match is going on, or, hey, you've been called up. You gotta qualify tonight. Good luck sleeping. It's like, that's just like a weird thing about it, that they just cram it in somehow. And it also makes me wonder, like, oh, man, imagine if this is how it was with an entire Kalos, or like a real Kalos in a game that had multiplayer elements inside of it. And that's also hard to imagine, like, this system existing with traditional Pokemon battles and how that would interact or make things interesting. But this seems like the PvP replacement. This kind of seems like now you get your battling fix and you do whatever. Just beat the game and get out of our hair. If you want PvP, go play Pokemon Champions. Competing trainers earn ranks starting from rank Z all the way to rank A. That's a lot of letters that I don't want to deal with. So that's kind of where I'm worried, where if it's too grindy and you have to do too many battles, but also you have to think about, how are they going to stretch out the story or stretch out the progression inside of just a city with a couple of small zones to explore in and battle Pokemon? So like, yay, we have an entire region progression and exploration and duration of story shrunk into the city. You have to go to the new pop-up battle area and then battle 5 people every night until you arbitrarily hit rank A. And then that's making me wonder, like, oh man, is this how they just padded out for Pokemon Legends? Because with Pokemon Legends Arceus, gotta catch everything if you want the real ending with Arceus. So like, the flaw of like catching a Pokemon just once isn't enough. That thing that ruined Pokemon Legends Arceus. Is it just too many battles? Too much of a convoluted system where it's like, oh, there's a cool idea here, but this is the game. And a game being entirely this might not be that cool or interesting. Let's keep reading. So yeah, you aim to rise through the ranks by winning Pokemon battles. If you reach rank A, they won't just have the honor of being known as the strongest around. Apparently, they may also have one wish granted. Which is interesting because, like, man, how are they getting that power? Who's funding that, and how's that going to interact with the story, and what's our wish going to be? After you prove your battle skills, you'll be thrust into the tournament. Okay, I kind of respect it. Maybe Game Freak did learn from Pokemon Legends Arceus being way too handholdy and on a rail, because what I really liked about Pokemon Sword and Shield is, like, yeah, you do the basic intro stuff of Pokemon, and then you just go out into the wild area, and you can progress however you want. That was really cool. So if they kind of open it up like this, where you can hop around from zone to zone. Oh man, we got the pop-up battle. Oh, you don't got any time to waste. You gotta just start fighting now. You don't know how to fight. Oh man, sucks to be you. Don't have resources. Should have grinded harder. So maybe like the urgency, if it actually strikes that balance of not being like annoying and just like, oh, I gotta prove myself. I actually have to prove myself. Cool. So yeah, the goal is to make it A rank. All right, we're not trash. Thumbs up, guys. Head to the battle zone where trainers are waiting for you. When night falls at Lumiose, a battle zone will appear in the city. Once you set foot inside, you'll find battle-ready trainers and their Pokemon on the lookout for opponents to challenge. So we see these dudes run around, launch a surprise attack. Cool. You get it. Oh, cool. A successful surprise attack always results in a critical hit that deals a large amount of damage, giving you the upper hand. You may even be able to knock out your opponent's first Pokemon with a surprise attack. And I don't like how that's kind of trivialized. So it is, once again, like, okay, if we're thinking about going from Z to A and having to do a million battles, well, the battles are going to be faster because it's all out in the open. You hit someone's Pokemon, there's no, like, slow transition. You're just in the battle. And if you wipe them out immediately, the battle's over and you just hop on over to the next person. Which is another thing where in my trailer reaction, I was like, oh, so nighttime's for battling and daytime's for catching Pokemon? No, because we actually see battles in the overworld in daytime in the first trailer. And if you're just chumping people out, maybe it isn't that annoying. You're farming trainers like you're farming wild Pokemon in Let's Go mode. But I don't like the sneak mechanic. It's going to also make or break on the sneak mechanic. We're like, cool. Now I have to crouch up to humans and stalk them like Pokemon, which feels kind of weird. Gotta line of sight the bush, and then hopefully they don't see me. If they see me, I lose my opportunity. Oh man, that's sad. So kind of going back to my, is this Pokemon? Does this feel Pokemon? This feels weird. I don't like stalking people for the upper hand. Now I guess all these systems make more sense, because like, oh, depending on how much time is remaining, because I think we always see like this have a red bar in the corner. It's like, is that time progression? Yeah, we can see it more clearly in the trailer, and there's like different levels of like red and progression. So we can kind of like show, okay, this one's now progressed more than half and 4 wins inside of that. So this is like keeping track of how many wins you get inside of the limited duration you have in the area. There are just a good amount of trainers scattered about. I imagine like, yeah, if you KO one, you turn around, no one's there. So fitting 10 trainers inside of this area to just kind of clean up. There we go. Get an amount of tickets and the amount of points needed. We got Pokemon levels and stuff to break down. Get your advantage on the crit. During a battle with trainer, you can escape by putting some distance between yourself and them. Remember that this option is available to you, as some trainers you encounter may be a higher rank. Oh no, rank X. Oh, actually, that's actually kind of neat. That shows, watch out, that's higher. But nothing's stopping you. And I like it when things aren't stopping you arbitrarily in my open world game or in my open area thing. So 3 wins max. That I kinda don't like that, unless you can rank up inside of the night and still preserve the night. And also, does it actually tick counterclockwise? Because I see like the red bar, which kind of feels like the meter filling up. But I don't like that as much as like a natural clockwise feel to it. Small gripe. But it's one of those things where like, is it not worth battling this person if I'm not, like if I'm maxed out? Does it take 27 nights to beat the game? But if I can like rank up and do my battle inside of that and then like get a higher points cap, that'd be cool. So not arbitrary limits and like my battles mattering. That'd be actually kind of sick if you could jump from like rank ZYX, WVUT, SRQ. So like, what if you jump from rank Y to V and then, or you battle a rank V and then it automatically maxes. So then you go from Y to X and then you can just kind of do things. So just running away from a trainer or a Pokemon, I mean, that works. I guess it didn't need like a button of just like concede or something. And as you're running away, if you're down to like your last Pokemon on 1 health and they get tagged, hey, you white out. It happens. I also just noticed here that we're using the bench as cover. I'm so conflicted. Like, why did they have to put action elements into what would be a great system for traditional Pokemon? I'm adding this part in while editing the video because later on I actually realized, like, oh my god, this could be an incredible system, but it really looks like it's going to be ruined by the catching and the battling mechanics, and that's a tragedy. And also just, like, the overworld interactions, where not only is it like, oh, frustrating, the Pokemon saw me, that's kind of cheap, and the crouching or the stealth system is just stupid anyways. So if you don't have the patience for that, you're just at a disadvantage. And now you gotta play that game with trainers, but if you play that game, it seems like it trivializes the entire system, because imagine getting like a sneak attack crit on someone that's 3 ranks higher than you. It's like, oh, I guess I just jump progression. Also, I skipped the first part of this paragraph because I thought I was just like filler fluff about how Pokemon trainer battles work, but no. As you draw close to a trainer, a gauge may appear showing how aware they are of your presence. If the gauge fills up, the trainer will spot you and challenge you to a Pokemon battle. When this happens, your Pokemon may be so caught off guard that they'll be unable to move. So it's not like you're going to get charged from behind and then like get snuck attack instead. But if you fail this, oh god, I hate sneak and stealth mechanic games. Like, the one thing that makes me want to quit a game or drop a quest is if there's a guard mission where it's, like you're in a corridor and then you have to dodge the flashlights or whatever vision and sight of the enemy, or else you just like auto fail it and you just go back to start. That is, no exaggeration, my least favorite thing in all of gaming. Nothing will make me want to quit a game more and start watching a Let's Play to finish out my experience than that. No exaggeration, I'm not forgetting anything. That is the worst system in gaming history. But if you use the objects that are deliberately placed in the area in specific places to use for that reason, you get an advantage. Game Freak was actually going to cook with this game. Oh my, I'm actually extra pissed at Pokemon Legends now. Because what upsets me about Pokemon Legends Arceus, besides throwing away all the beautiful Sinnoh lore, is that should have been Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. We get open world Sinnoh, and that's Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl as a traditional remake, and that could have been incredible. With this, Game Freak could have cooked. Instead, they went, nah, Legends are only taking place inside of Lumiose, instead of making this like a post-game feature of Pokemon Z version, the true Kalos revisit. Oh, it hurts. Then there's a lot of glowing things on the ground and screenshots. I don't know if that's currency, if it's just kind of free items like, hey, find a potion on the ground. Maybe something else that's like a little bit of a benefit. Win promotion matches to reach rank A, the competition's pinnacle. Promotion matches, you'll go head-to-head against a tough trainer who's also looking to move up through the ranks. Be sure you raise your Pokemon well. So I mean, like, yeah, it's still nighttime. It's still like a dude. So like I said, I hope the promotion match just doesn't like end the night, or there's something stupid about the ticket cap. So here we go. Earn a challenger's ticket to take on a promotion match. You'll need a challenger's ticket to compete in a promotion match. To get one, you need ticket points, which you can earn by winning Pokemon battles in battle zones. And then you obtain it. And there's bonus cards, prize money multiplier, which is also interesting. Man, imagine if this was a PvP game or had multiplayer or some kind of competitive element to it. I'm not saying just because of live battles. Like, if this was traditional battling, with this system being like, maybe, like, imagine you do the gym challenge, and then this is the post game instead of Battle Tower, and it's actually like super meaningful, and then you can use that to get like sick money multipliers and effectively turn the game into Pokemon Showdown at some point, where like I hit A rank and I get enough resources or enough just like super duper mega bonuses to where I'm auto maxing Pokemon or something. And maybe if they don't arbitrarily change the IV system like they did with Pokemon Legends ZA, this is a good way of training Pokemon to put into Pokemon Bank, to put into Pokemon Champions, if Pokemon Champions isn't going to be simulatory enough? Or is it because this is a single-player game? Again, we don't really know. They actually don't make it super, like, crazy competitive accelerated. Who knows? But, like, okay. So random prize medals and extra bonuses and stuff. Like, this is neat. I like the idea of this from a competitive standpoint. You can earn more ticket points from your battles by picking up bonus cards in the battle zone and fulfilling conditions. Oh, oh wow, everything just kind of lit up and went crazy. So now we get like little extra side missions to accelerate on, kind of like the blueberry points. So knockout with Mega Evolve, land super effective electric hits. Oh no, catching a Pokemon just once isn't enough. Interesting. So yeah, you that's what that blue thing was, a bit up. So yeah, you grab that. Oh, maybe it's like different ranks of challenges, that the orange ones are like lower tier and these ones are higher tier. Use super effective moves, doesn't matter. You get medals and then you get a couple of extra points and you use that to accelerate. And we're actually getting a crazy amount of information about this because every question I've had gets answered in the next segment. This is like, I'm conflicted now. Because I wasn't excited about anything Pokemon Legends ZA, like, and then this trailer happened in Nintendo Direct, super surprising. So, we're getting accelerated trailer pace. It has Pokemon Sun and Moon vibes. There's some interesting ideas here. But then it gets awkward to the point I can't trust it. So yeah, managing your time is the key to progressing the ZA Royale each day. At night, when the battle zone is active, challenge tough trainers during the day, catch Pokemon and train them, and prepare for the next night. It's also a good idea to use prize money you earn in the ZA Royale to stock up on any necessary items for battle. So like, all of Lumiose City turns into a 24/7 battle royale, because it is like one of those game mechanics where, oh, you use a gathering section of the game, and then like you try to build up, and then there's a combat phase that you use your resources for. So they made an interesting system here. But I feel like they pissed it away with the battle system and arbitrarily just randomly making this Legends. This almost feels more Pokemon Let's Go, with how much they've kind of changed the Pokemon interactions. Imagine, like, Pokemon Let's Go Kalos. If this was Pokemon Let's Go Johto, oh, man. That could have been the greatest thing ever. Where, like, if this is a refined and interesting system, and, like, they actually just make it more legitimate main series. And this is reminding me of the upcoming Elden Ring game, because you have, like, 3 days to stock up and, like, beat as many enemies as possible, and get as many items, and upgrade your gear as much as possible, and then you, like, have a final challenge at the end. So the competitive side of me is like, wait, this is actually a less casual Pokemon game that kind of stresses you out on the time emphasis, where you don't want to waste your day. There's no chill in this game, which I kind of like. That's actually pretty cool. And then the rest of it is how it all plays out on light screen and just ugliness of how the battle system interacts. And then they show, oh yeah, it looks like it does. Does it fill? I don't know which way it's filling, because I can imagine, like, this is more of a wick, you know, we're burning daylight, and then it goes to the red, we're burning nighttime, but it already had, like, 3 wins and 0 wins and stuff. I don't know. We don't know which way the clock arbitrarily ticks, but it does. Pokemon Center, you use your money, and you buy things. Yeah, and then there's also, like, daytime Pokemon battles. Imagine, like, yo, this would actually be cooler if it was more, this game is a roguelike spin-off game. Bro. this game as a roguelike spin-off, where it's actually just like a one, maybe a multi-day challenge, where you spend your day catching the Pokemon, and then like you get trainer levels, so then the Pokemon are like higher levels, or you come in with like some kind of bonuses. You get party expansion, you get to start with 2 of your Pokemon instead of just 1 or something. And then like, yeah, it would kind of come down to how long the duration is, because I feel like 1-day night cycle wouldn't be that interesting, but like a 3-day night cycle, kind of like the new Elden Ring game with roguelike elements and repeatability on this, that would actually be hype. But turning it into like a 27 tier slog, I don't know. But then like, and because I was thinking about the shop, like your resource management, where, man, Pokemon Legends Arceus was really annoying with having to craft Pokeballs every 5 seconds because the catching mechanics don't work. And that's another thing, like, oh, it's going to be the same garbage catching mechanics, so I'm just going to be frustrated the entire time, and then nighttime happens and it gets kind of cool. And then that would have good resource management where it's like, oh, I need to earn enough money at night so I can spam catches during the day to get more experience and resources to then do better at night. I love the idea of that gameplay loop. Problem is, the battles in catching are dog shit. And I think that's everything. And now I don't know how to feel. Is it actually one of the coolest gameplay mechanics Game Freak has ever made, and it's going to be completely let down by the awful catching and the awful battle system? Once we get our hands on it, like, I don't see how this can be, the battle system can be good and enjoyable, and how the catching system from Pokemon Legends Arceus can be saved in any possible way. But like, what if is this game actually good? But then, like, it's a good game, but again, now it's like a good game that goes against the spirit of Pokemon and feels kind of weird. I don't know if this gets any better with another trailer, because, like, now it's a lot of questions, which also gives me Pokemon Sun and Moon news cycle vibes, which is also really confusing to me, because it's like, ooh, we don't even know what this means, and, like, another trailer is just going to give us more mysteries, and we actually have to play the game. Which is another thing I don't understand. People are like, oh, Pokemon Sun and Moon spoiled everything. We didn't get most of the Pokemon, and you looked up a data mine the second, like, that leaked anyways, or you can just buy a Pokedex that gets mailed to you on the same day your game arrives. So there's no secrets or surprises to the Pokemon, and you could just choose not to watch a trailer, so it doesn't spoil anything. And then the rest of it was like, yeah, we didn't even have all the gameplay leaked, and the game was, like, so much deeper than everything that happened. Really, the only thing the trailers did was get everyone more excited for getting your hands on the game and figuring it out. And I'm kind of wanting to get my hands on the game and figure it out. Like, I can't tell if this is going to be good or bad until it's actually played, and I don't think more trailers are going to answer this part. So the next trailer's like story, whatever's going on with Zygarde, more about Quasartico, and hopefully more gameplay. Because if this is all the gameplay, cool for a spinoff, bad for a main series. And this might be all the gameplay, but if there's other features, cool. But since it's Legends, it's not going to have that multiplayer expansion that you get from traditional main series. I don't know. Like, if this is all the game has to offer, it could be aight. If somehow this is only like 20% of the game, hold up, might be good. Please don't let the core gameplay elements ruin what looks to be a fantastic expansion of Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.